Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper One, and welcome to Boots on the Ground. If you have anything that you can contribute, many people would appreciate it. If you could send it to me, Southern Prepper One, number one, Southern Prepper One at yahoo.com. I know many people would be grateful for the information. Let's get right into it. We got a lot to report. This is from someone that works at Walmart. They said probably never ever any more 24-hour open stores. He said Walmart knows there's probably going to be massive shortages in the supply chain starting in August. So that's probably why you see a lot of stuff in the store. Pallets. My wife was in a store yesterday and she said it was unbelievable. Pallets and pallets and pallets throughout the whole store just sitting in the way. He says they have plans for increasing security in their stores both day and night. And I've had pictures sent to me of giant poles putting in front of the Walmart doors so you can't ram the glass. Those were excellent pictures from Boots on the Ground. They were actually still being put in. Also, he says they're working on their security systems. And he said their worst case plan is if things get crazy, they would only have curbside pickup only. Curbside pickup only, so the stores would actually be closed to people. You'd have to pull in and just do curbside. Now, this is the only person that's really giving me some of that information about the curbside, so I'd love to verify it with someone else in Walmart that's higher up in the food chain. All right, let's go to North Carolina. This is a community little subdivision. They have about 40 neighbors and they share multiple wells, so the wells are for all the neighbors and they must have a water system. This person asked the homeowner association or the management if they could get pump on one of these wells, a manual pump in case the power goes down, and the manager said that they've had numerous people also ask for that. So people are awake, people are waking up. The problem is they checked into one pump. It was going to be a 20-week delay to get the pump, and then the well guy said it'd take a couple months for him to get over there and put it in. So people are thinking. Let's move over to, someone said, look at your gas furnace, look at your oil furnace, look at your furnaces. Right now, you might not be worried about them, but look at them, get them serviced early, because if you're missing a part or if a part is just mediocre, you might want to get it replaced or at least ordered. He said the electronic ignition. So look at that. Ohio. Couple reports of this, but this person was in the store and all of the coolers were empty of food. They went to two stores. They don't know why. They asked the employee that was working, they said the freezers and the coolers are all broken. Now, every single one broken, or did they suffer a power outage and they threw all the food away? I don't know, but trying to get some more information on that. This is northeastern Pennsylvania. No helium for balloons at Dollar Tree. Yes, helium is in short supply and they need it for industry. Also, they went to Arby's and no Market Fresh sandwiches today. This is a hospital in East Tennessee. The phones that are in the patient's rooms were not working on some of them. So the nurse called the IT department and they said a gateway was down and did not have a replacement part to fix it, so they're going to have to try to find one of those. They also said, IT said that probably more phones will be going down in patient's room. This is from Upper Midwest. This is a healthcare system. They have 30 to 40,000 employees in this big healthcare system. They need some more gurneys and more stretchers, and they have them on ordered. Currently, it's 35 weeks backlog. They said they need them desperately. Sometimes patients only get a chair in the hallway, and sometimes they don't even take the chair, they lay down because they're in pain or very sick, and they have to lay on the dirty floor. This is Texas. Tonight, my co-worker's car was hit by gas thieves. They either drilled or punched a hole in the bottom of his gas tank and they used a bucket. They took all the gas, but they left him the bucket. They also left him with hundreds of dollars in expenses to get that gas tank fixed, or probably have to be replaced. This is Northwest Indiana. No turkey sandwiches at Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's, no turkey sandwiches. They had no turkey meat. This guy recommended get your CBs up. If you got a CB just been sitting in the closet getting dust on it, get it out. Start working on your combo plan. This is Walmart. Aisles are full of pallets and stacked items are everywhere. I'm getting numerous of these reports, and my wife saw it firsthand. They saw tons of employees stocking or trying to find places to put it just to cram it. Her words, cram it. The food section was very thin. Eggs were very low, and dates on the meats were very close to expiring. Let's go down to Atlanta, Georgia, just south of me. This is a Publix. They said water, peanut butter, bread, short supply. I went to Wendy's and they were out of certain toppings like broccoli, I guess for salads. They said heat wave has caused powers to shut down on certain periods of time for just short periods of time. So they think it's related to the heat wave and the huge demand for power. Let's go over to Northeast Ohio. This person has a cafeteria inside their office building. There's limited staff working there. This person actually works for the IT department, and very high turnover even in the IT department. The company has another office that's in the downtown area, and people do not want to go to work there. I guess there's some security issues and they're scared. Also, work may buy a golf cart so security can patrol the parking lot more and keep catalytic converters from being stolen. This person that sent me this actually had their credit card stolen a couple times in the last few months. She said that fraud is just booming. Central Michigan, this is a small town. Eggs went from $1.79 to $3.56. That's pretty much a doubling in price. Dog food, Victor, high protein, a 50-pound bag, went from $50 to $70. This guy owns an insurance company, so he has his own little office. He says vehicle personal lines of insurance went up 15% across the board, and if you were a poor driver with poor driving record, yours is going up 25%. He says it's very hard to write a life insurance policy. If there's anything wrong with the person, they kick it back and disqualifies you. That's unusual. This person wrote, less 18-wheelers on the road, and traffic in Orlando suddenly drops off incredibly low. Normally it takes 20 to 25 minutes for them to get downtown. Now it takes them 12 minutes, and it was on a Thursday at noon. They also had no trouble walking into their restaurant and sit down and eat. Usually there's a line. They hired someone to work, and they worked for 2 days. A very easy job, begging books. You can watch or listen to music or anything. And the person worked for 2 days and then took off. They said no one wants to work, so they're having a hard time getting people to work. This person said that their HVAC guy confirms that parts are hard to get on the commercial side, but they're a little bit easier to get on the residential side. These people ordered number 10 cans of beef, and there are 4 cans in a case, and it was $120. Now it is $150, so they're probably going to cut off and not buy as much of this. They also, on their business, they need a new credit card machine, and Wells Fargo says they have no replacements. Also, Simply Safe, their alarm system, is needing a chip, and they've contacted the manufacturer, but so far no replacement trips from the company. They said the internet is very slow. Also, they're calling, have problems with their Verizon, and other people in the area are complaining it's just slow internet and problems calling. Their family members in medicine, and they said that they are running out of certain medicines, and even drug reps now are not even coming into the office as much. I guess they don't have as much to sell, and no free samples to the doctors for new medicines. This is also someone in the medical field. They say there are so many medications on the shortage or back order list that it is stupid scary. Their words, stupid scary. And these aren't rare drugs, these are everyday common ones. Let's go over to Michigan, southeast Michigan. This is a small town. Gas was $5.50, and then it went down to $5.23 today. But they say they raise it a lot, and then they lower it a little bit, and they raise it a lot more. So basically it's just going up, up, and away. They said food prices are increasing. Bacon is at $10.49 a pound. Pastrami is $15.99. Keystone canned meats are impossible to find locally. They needed a new gate because they got a bigger tractor, and they just had the other gate installed just recently. The company said they're going to increase their service charges and increase their call-out costs, and it was going to be $4,100 to come replace a gate that cost them $200 just a little bit ago. Just outrageous. They declined. This is Ohio. This person works in the plastic industry, and they've been doing it for 20 years. they are seeing orders start dropping off like it did in 2008. So that's important. Let's go to Ingalls, Tennessee. 2 weeks ago, they actually sent me a picture, and it showed the price increase of a can of soup. And now the soup has increased again from $3.28 to $3.48. So it's sort of neat to see it happen. A few weeks later, they send me more information and another price increase. This is truly boots on the ground. This person has a blood disease, and they have their blood drawn a couple times a year just to check certain levels in it. And they asked the lab technician about shortages, and the lab technician said yes, lots of shortages, but it wasn't the place for her to go into more depth, so she couldn't find any more information out. But just another confirmation, medical supplies are in short supply. That's why you have to have your own basic first aid to treat your family. This is South Louisiana. This guy works in the oil fields. He took a short trip to San Antonio. He saw at least 50 big rigs on the side of I-10 just shut down and parked. He did not see one fuel truck on the road the entire trip of 400 plus miles. And he saw at least 50 trucks deadheading. That's with just a semi, no trailer. And they were all owner-operators. And this is exact words, "This bothered me." When a trucker has to just drive without a load, he's not getting paid. He's wasting money. They do not like to do that. This is Ohio, and this is a local grocery store, and the majority of the coolers were empty, 8 of them. They asked the employees, and the employees said the coolers are broken. So this is a separate location from the other location I told you about. They actually sent me pictures of the coolers, and they were bone dry, nothing. They also observed 3 employees not stocking, but they were actually just pulling products to the front as people take stuff off. Another person reported very few 18-wheelers on I-95 between Augustin and Jacksonville. They also went into their historical district in their area. Just a couple tourists, no cars. This is very unusual for this time. It should be mobbed. Also, Walmart is well stocked. They are waiting for an auto part for their car. Their personal car needs a hose for their AC, so hopefully they get that quickly. Another warning, check expiration date. This person picked up a box of stovetop stuffing mix, and it was actually exactly 6 weeks away from expiring. Now, yes, that product will still be good, but if you're going to stock something up, and these people were, you want that date out as far as possible. You want the freshest product you can get. This is Michigan. This is a local candy company. They said massive shortage on cornstarch, which is in every type of gummy candy and licorice. Cornstarch. Look at your cornstarch. This is actionable intelligence that you can use. You can do an action on this. You can buy cornstarch or make sure you have plenty put back. This is a medical person. Butterfly needles to draw blood has gone up from 25 cents to $6.88 per needle. And I can test from many people saying that these needles are in short supply. That's why the prices are going up. Scarcity. Also, the 10 milliliter of saline, the syringe full of it, and they use it for IVs before and after. They've been instructed not to follow protocol, which is to use 10 milliliters before and 10 milliliters after. They're to use only 5 before, save it, and use 5 after. This is definitely could relate to some very minor health problems, but there is a shortage on saline. Also, they went into heparin and what heparin's used for, and this is being used differently because of the short supply. This person has a Ruger firearm, and a part was not working. He needed to get a part for it, so he got online and he checked on Ruger's site, and a lot of the parts aren't in stock. So if you need something, order it now. This is a Publix pharmacy, the Publix grocery store, and their pharmacy in Tennessee. They ran out of thyroid medicine, so this person had to go back to their doctor, get another prescription, and then take it to another pharmacy to get it filled because they needed it immediately. The doctor said to this person that this is happening a lot, but she did find some, so that is good. Revlon Cosmetic Company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. When I saw that article, someone sent it to me, but right before that I saw it, and I'm like, what? Revlon, they have millions of commercials on TV. You would think they're doing well. Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Let's go up to Washington State. This person tried to order some kosher salt from Costco. None in stock, could not order it. She was at the store, and no bulk popcorn in the store also at Costco. This person said that their stores are stocked, but they have observed that in Walmart, 2 times they observed people shoplifting, stealing things. The one time they actually get a plastic tote, fill it full of expensive meats, take it up to the self-checkout, just check out the tote, and carry the full box of meat out to their car. He said the heat wave and definitely electric prices are going up in their area. He said gas is holding steady at $4.80. His company gives him a stipend of $600 a month for transportation. He used to be able, I guess, pay his car payment plus have the money for gas, but now all of his money's going to gas and just very little to save for his car payment. So that's definitely squeezing him. This person has 2 neighbors, and both of them are having problems with their chickens stop laying eggs for almost a month now. And this is unusual. Yes, chickens can go through a phase of not laying, but this is not that phase. They are being fed like a commercial, laying mash and a scratch feed. So just more chicken problems. This guy delivers dumpsters. He does roll-offs, and he delivers to residential and construction. And he's been with the company over a decade, so he knows his business. He says the commercial side, construction, is still doing okay, but it is slowing down. And that's because he delivers, and he can figure out how many he's delivering and how many times he's going back and getting it. He said the residential for home construction has fallen off. Whatever fallen off means, I take it it's very slow. 6 weeks ago, you could have got a dumpster delivered, and so you can fill it up. The cost was $550. They raised it because of the fuel cost. Now it's $750, so $200 more to get that dumpster brought out and then picked up. A few months ago, it cost him about $350 to fill his truck. Today, it's over $500. And he has to fill that tank 3 times a week, so he is spending $1,500 just on fuel for his company. And they have 4 trucks, so you can do the math. It's a lot of money going out for fuel, so that means prices all have to go up for their services. This is a lawn service. I think multiple ones are raising their prices because of fuel. Some people, he said, were having their lawns only cut half as much, try to save them some money. Some people are giving up on lawn services altogether. And one lawn service said he's given up his business. It's not worth it anymore. This is in Napa. Most shelves in the Safeway and the Whole Foods are okay this week. Today, toilet paper and laundry soap have gaps. Last week it was eggs that were low. So you never know what's going to be in and what's going to be out when you go buy your groceries. He buys a dog food. He said the dog foods were all well stocked, but his dog food that he has to buy went from $82 to $97. He says my weekly shopping bill has gone up 20%. Let's go over to an electric supplier in New Hampshire. It's Eversource. They supply electric for homes and commercial businesses. They have filed for a rate increase. Their old rate was $10.67 per kilowatt. $10.67. Now it is $22.56 per kilowatt. So this is doubling. I think that's 10 cents, excuse me. But it's doubled in price if they get their increase approved. Over-the-road trucker. This is important. Pay attention to this alone because I'm seeing it. I'm hearing it from a lot of people. Truckers. Loads are getting fewer and fewer. So loads are paying way less than normal. Not many trucks on the road. Usually he now has to wait an hour to 4 hours to get a load. But he says now sometimes it's going into a day. I'm getting this from numerous truckers. They're not making as much as they used to. The fuel is killing them, and loads are scarce. They have to hunt and peck. That's why you probably saw all those deadheaders with no trailers pulling, no loads to get. That is scary. I hope you're using this as actionable intel, and your action should be stocking up, preparing. This guy has a propane tank. It's 1,000 gallons, and he usually fills it up in the summer. And last year he filled it up at $1.70 a gallon. This year, $2.20. So that's 50 cents a gallon more. And when you got a 1,000-gallon tank and you use it for hot water and heating, that relates to real money out of your pocket.